So happy Labor Day, everybody. My buddy and talk show host Sly Sylvester asked me on Friday, what do Republicans do on Labor Day? As he kind of laughed. I'm not sure what Republicans do, but I will say that more than 90% of Wisconsin workers don't belong to unions, those who work in the private sector. And most people do work in the private sector. What we need in this country on Labor Day is to think about how we get more jobs, jobs that pay. We think in the news last week of the fact that Apple was hit with a $14.5 billion back tax fine by the EU. So they can start to confiscate their money because they said they didn't pay taxes of under 1% in Ireland. Apple went to Ireland because their corporate rate is 12%. With all the loopholes on top of that, they're under 1. Ours is 35%, our corporate tax rate. Of course, the effective rate is closer to 18%. You see 18 still higher than 12. If you want to bring jobs into the $2 trillion of capital parked overseas back here and bring manufacturing back here so we have more taxpayers because more of jobs, if we have more taxpayers, we'll have more money to spend on education, whatever we want. We should bring the corporate tax rate to 0. We get less than 10% of our revenue from it. And as Tom Hawkins says, the author of Bringing America Home, get rid of the corporate share of the payroll tax. That's right. You could instead have a 9 to 10% value-added tax or a border-adjusted consumption tax hit on every domestic producer. Then, if you export to customers abroad, you get a credit against that. So you have maximum incentive to bring manufacturing, to bring jobs back here. That means more jobs. That means more taxpayers. That means more money for the government to spend on infrastructure, roads, bridges, schools, counselors in schools, whatever you want. That should be the goal. But by having such a high corporate tax rate, and when you put in the corporate share of the payroll tax, we have one of the highest taxes on business in the world. And they hire lobbyists and tax attorneys to get around it. Like Apple went to Ireland, so did Johnson Controls, so did Pfizer. Enough. On Labor Day, let's bring the labor back. My 2 cents, my 2 minutes are brought to you by Edge Construction and Capital Consultants. Bill McCushion, a lobbyist who worked for Tommy, knows to get things done downtown. We can talk about this and more on the radio tomorrow at 8 on 92.1 FM The Mic, The Mitch Henck Show. Talk to you then.